What's going on, everybody? So it's getting rough out here, and with the holiday season right around the corner, it's getting even rougher, especially when we don't have the cash or the credit we need to do all of our holiday shopping. So I want to show you a few websites where you can get all your holiday shopping done and not have to worry about credit, right? You'll get the credit you need to buy the things you need for this upcoming holiday season. So let's get right into it. So these websites I'm covering each work in different ways, but the overriding factor is they approve people with low to no credit. So the first one is Sezzle. So with Sezzle, you can pay for your purchase in 4 payments spread out over 6 weeks with no interest. Financial freedom is a right, not a privilege. We're here to help you achieve financial freedom and take control over your finances so you can build your future. And with Sezzle, you can get an instant approval decision without a hard credit pull. You will have to shop at an online store that offers Sezzle, but it's a lot of mainstream websites like Amazon, Walmart, Target, and more. I personally have never used Sezzle, and since they claim they offer credit decisions without a hard credit pull, I'm gonna go ahead and sign up now. All you have to do is create an account, and once approved, Sezzle splits your total purchase into 4 equal payments. So the first payment is typically going to be due at checkout, and the remaining 3 payments are going to be due every 2 weeks. So for example, if your purchase is for $100, you have to pay $25 at checkout, and the remaining $75 will be split into 3 payments over 6 weeks. And those payments will be automatically deducted via your linked payment method. So that's one thing I don't like about Sezzle, is that you're only able to split payments into 4 equal payments, and then you have 1 payment due at the time of purchase. One thing that I do like is that there's no hidden fees and there's no interest on your purchase. Another thing I like about Sezzle is there's no hard impact to your credit score. So I personally would put Sezzle at the bottom of the list, but it's still making the list. Let's move on here to the next one. Next up is CLARA, and I've actually used this one a few times myself. So CLARA is a lot like Sezzle in the fact that you can split your purchase into 4 equal payments. Also like Sezzle, when you sign up for CLARA, they're only going to run a soft credit pull. So all you have to do is sign up for CLARA, get an instant decision, and if approved, you can start using your credit limit right away. And you can shop at most major retailers. They even offer cash back at some of the online stores. One thing I noticed when I use CLARA is it's not always consistent, meaning there's some times that I use the card and I don't have to make that first upfront payment. There's other times I use the card and I have to make that first payment right away, kind of like a down payment. So if you do decide to use this buy now pay later feature, there is going to be a $2 fee as of this video. It might go up over time, but right now it's a $2 fee to use CLARA every time you shop. One plus here is that there's no interest. You can also sign up for their subscription service. I never want to give a price because these fintech companies, the prices are always changing. So when you do sign up for their subscription, you don't have to pay that $2 fee. So 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. Sezzle coming in at number 5. This one is number 4 on my list. Next is Afterpay, and you're kind of picking up on a theme here where you can pay for your purchase spread out over 6 to 8 weeks. But with Afterpay, not only can you make 4 interest-free payments, you can choose to spread your payments out longer, over 6 or 12 months, which puts Afterpay a notch above Sezzle and CLARA. So if you choose to pay in 4 installments, it's going to be comparable to Sezzle and CLARA, where, for example, you have that $100 purchase, you might have to make the first purchase or the first payment of $25, the second due in 2 weeks, third in 4 weeks, fourth in 6 weeks. Also like Sezzle and CLARA, they don't run a full credit check, only a soft credit pull. So when you use the 4 equal installment feature, they're not going to charge you interest. The longer pay over time feature, 6 or 12 months, is not going to be available to everybody. It all depends on your credit. They might even charge interest on this longer installment time. Again, it's all going to depend on your credit. One of the downsides to Afterpay is that you're kind of going to have to go out of your way to look for someone that accepts Afterpay. So you do have stuff like Sephora, Ulta, PetSmart, but some of these other ones are lesser known, like this one right here, Cotton On, Aldo, PacSun, is that still around? Pandora, Buckle, is that still around? You don't see anything like Target, you don't see Walmart, you don't see Amazon. So you really can't say, hey, I'm gonna go shopping over here and I'm gonna use Afterpay. No, you kind of have to go out of your way to find a retailer that accepts Afterpay, but you can't shop at Coach, so there's that. All right, moving on. The next one is Fingerhut. Now, Fingerhut's been around forever. They're kind of the OG of buy now, pay later. So Fingerhut's gonna be different than all these previous ones I mentioned, different than Afterpay, different than CLARA, different than Sezzle, because not only do they finance brands, buy now, pay later. They're also the actual store, kind of like a low budget Amazon. So if we just go to TV, they have Samsungs, they have Vizio, they have Westinghouse is still around. Wow. Hisense, same stuff they have at Walmart pretty much. So if you want this 70-inch TV, it tells you right here, it's gonna be $59 a month, depending on your credit at the time you apply. The only thing that I kind of don't like about Fingerhut is that the prices are a little bit more expensive. This 65-inch is $599. Now I know Walmart has these for a lot cheaper. It might not be the same model, but I know they have 65-inch TVs for under $500. But on the other hand, if you don't have that $600-700 to pay for that TV, $59 a month might be an option. So what else do we want to look at? Talking about gifts, right? So let's go to toys. They pretty much have everything. Leapfrog, Sesame Street, they have Hot Wheels, they have Barbie, they have Mega Bloks, they have Bluey, VTech, whatever, right? Just all your basic toys. These aren't like knockoff or generic toys. They're actual name brand toys. But if you do use Fingerhut, I probably only use it for big ticket items, not for a $20 toy, because you might end up paying a lot more, or you will end up paying a lot more in interest. Look at this little pack of Hot Wheels here, $19.99, $9.99 a month. That's pretty funny because that's probably a $5 item at Walmart. So yeah, big ticket items. All right, I'm not gonna go through all this here, but you get the idea. They carry pretty much everything. Or I will say most categories that your regular department store will have, just on a lower scale. All right, so I will put the disclaimer out there. When you apply for Fingerhut, they will run a hard credit pool. One thing that they have going for them is that they approve people with bad credit. So if you have really bad credit and for whatever reason don't get approved for CLARA and don't get approved for Sezzle, don't like where you can shop on Afterpay, Fingerhut is a good option when denied everywhere else. Your interest rates are going to be pretty high though, from 20 to 30%. So just keep that in mind. When you apply, they will run a hard credit pool. But if approved, you can start using your credit right away. Another thing I like about Fingerhut is that you can spread your payments over a longer period of time, just like Afterpay. It's all going to depend on your terms and your credit. So Fingerhut is a good option if you need it. Next, all right, so let's move on to my favorite here, Affirm. Now with Affirm, you can shop pretty much anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. All right, so we have a few different things up here: deals, manage, money, and card. So money is their card feature, like a bank feature where you deposit your own money into it. They send you a debit card. So when you first set up your account, it's gonna tell you right here how much buying power you have, right? So Affirm does give you a healthy credit limit, even if you don't have the best credit. When I applied, I had one collection on my credit report and I still got a pretty decent credit limit, and they don't even run a hard credit pool. One of the nice things about Affirm is that you can choose how you actually want to pay. When you go ahead and go through the checkout process, it's going to tell you, all right, well, these are your options. You can pay in 6 payments and have no interest. Maybe you can pay in 8 payments and have no interest, or we can split it over time. You pay in 6 months, 1 payment per month, and you're going to have X amount of interest. Or if you want to move it to 12 months, you're going to have a little bit more interest. Your payment's going to be lower and you have more time to pay. So it does give you options. And one of the things I like here is that, as I said, you can shop anywhere. So let's go to Amazon. So Amazon's there, right? We can go to pay with a one-time virtual card. We go to the website checkout page and use that virtual card to check out. That easy. So we go back to card, and let's say we have $2,000 in purchasing power. You don't have to use that all at one store. So you can go to Amazon, use 500. You can go to Walmart, use 200, but you have up to that $2,000 credit limit or whatever your purchasing power is, right? At one time I had a $5,000 purchasing power. And the best part is they don't check your credit score. This credit check did not affect your credit score. So I actually can't apply again for 26 days. And that's because I have a pending balance here. But Affirm would be #1 on the list to check out for buy now, pay later. So I have a special bonus for you. If you want to claim $100 for doing nothing else but setting up a new bank account, sign up for Chime. When you sign up for Chime through the link in my description, set up direct deposit and follow a few simple steps, you can receive $100 for doing nothing else but setting up a new bank account. And it's a real $100. It's not points, it's not credit. It's $100 deposited right into your Chime account. So be sure and sign up through the link. So look, it's not ideal to buy gifts or do our holiday shopping on these online buy now, pay later platforms because a lot of them have high interest. A lot of times we can be worse off than when we first started. But me personally, I'd rather have gifts under the tree and worry about the rest later. Not a great financial way to look at it, but it's the holiday season, right? So what can I say? So I hope you found value in this video. I want to thank you for watching. Links in the description. See you next time.